Hello, this is David Baumann, one of the Starman team. This is a short video. We'll be showing you various scenes from the Starman series and various elements that we put into the books. This is the Anza-Borrego desert behind me. We'll be showing you some scenes that appear in the 5th book, The Lost Race of Mars. The Anza-Borrego is the inspiration in Southern California we use for 22nd century Mars, after about a century and a half of terraformation. Still desolate in most places, but beginning to show signs of growth. Next scene you'll be seeing will be very eroded land, which takes place in the northern part of Eagle City, about 700 miles to the north of Eagle City. See you there. There's the precipice. Starman, top of the tableland. Look down upon this territory. In your screen now is young Adam Snell, whom you've seen from such books as Descent into Europa. Here you can see the sharp drop off from the cliff. Straight down. Into the Great Canyons. This is Fons Point, east of the town of Borrego Springs in the Anza-Borrego Desert. The southern portion of the Anza-Borrego Desert. At one point, this was the bottom of the sea. These are the mud palisades made of hardened mud. It rains, it erodes, leaves canyons like this. And this is a setting for the chapter An Assault on Mars. The mud cave. Reading from page 100. Mark dropped his jaw, breathed a silent wow, and stared. A huge opening had appeared before the travelers, shaped with graceful curves, swirling sharply off to the right with an entrance at ground level about 8 feet across, widening at the middle, then narrowing into closure at the top, about 40 feet above. Here's the entrance as described in Assault on Mars. Mars, seeing the Starman that the mud cave was dangerous, they could cave in easily, as we will see here. As we enter the cave, there's been a cave-in quite recently. Just last year, this was an open passage. Now we have to climb over where it has collapsed and covered the path.
It's rather resting back here already.
Evidence here of another cave-in. These rocks have fallen from the ceiling. At one point in Assault on Mars, Jorgen warns Joe against going into a side passage, which he declares is very dangerous. This is that side passage. Naturally, we're going to go in it now.
David, can Ted borrow your flashlight?
Here you go. Sorry. Going through this passage is actually quite narrow. Right. You don't want to be claustrophobic in here.
Hey, this is cool.
Here, move up and we'll catch one of these few skylights. It's pointing straight up and back down into the cave. This is Adam Snell, whom you remember from such books as Descent into Europa. Come past the mud cave opening here into our first foray up into the light. We emerge from this opening. Up here is the sky.
Oh, no, it's not quite the end, I guess.
No. Back down into darkness.
Oh, wow.
What?
We're not at the end. We're inside a really big hole. There are things that live in the Carlsbad caves. Yeah, but they're not made out of mud. No, they don't collapse.
And from this descent,
hey, can we go down that hole?
No!
we have to climb up here.
No, right there. There's one behind you.
All of us having made it over the ledge, we now exit through this opening. This is the terrain we had come up to. This is what we came from. There's the shadow of your host and the group of intrepid explorers at the mud cave. This is the path we've come along, having emerged from the mud cave. This is the tableland, the top of the mud palisade.
So can you see it?
At the end of the chapter called The Mud Cave, Jogren takes the Starman and Steve into a chamber. The passage reads, "Look," Jogren said and gestured to Joe. Joe looked around at the others, then took out his light, turned it on, and went in. The others followed as Jogren entered the aperture after Joe. The cave was closed to the sky, but widened a little once they got past the first few feet. It wound into the side of the palisade, about 60 feet, then opened into a large, round room with a smooth, level floor, about 15 feet in diameter. The room went up about 20 or 30 feet, where there was a wide opening on one side. They couldn't see through sky through it, but light came through dimly. We will now take you through that side passage into the chamber.
We'll let you follow it. You guys know it. Or my camera, because I might do that with it.
here's the chamber. And the skylight pointing straight up.
It's a lot more fun in the dark.
This is the fight scene in Assault on Mars, where Zip Foster walks into the warehouse and attacks two of the pirates as they are taken unawares in the middle of the night.
Well, did you hear about that big spaceship that crashed the other night?
Yeah, how much longer till we're off that duty?
Yay!
And as we go through so you can see it. We get a close-up of the wrist, like really close in. Ready? Okay. Please ignore Zip Foster's finger. That didn't really happen in the book. Okay, this is the grip, and he brings the gun out, grab the wrist, turn it this way with both hands, pull in, twist, and the gun will drop easily. Then where the chin goes, the head goes, where the head goes, the body goes. That's the first scene, Assault on Mars. Ready for introduction? Roll it. Okay. This is a scene in the runaway asteroid. Two pirates are outside the corridor playing some sort of game. Inside the room here, the Starmen are making their escape. They open the door, and the unexpected confrontation occurs. Starmen, well, you'll see what happens. Action. All right. Like interlude here, I'd like to introduce to the Starman fans young Kathy Foster. Here's the real Kathy Foster. Say something, Kathy.
Hello.
Thank you.
Want to do the jumping scene?
Are you shooting?
No.
Oh, good. I'll start again then. This is a scene that takes place in the lost race of Mars, in which an assailant attacks the three starmen while they're aboard ship. Joe is piloting, and he causes the ship to wobble, which throws the assailant off balance. Zip, played by myself at this point, is assisted in the attack by Mark, who will come in from the side. And these are the events that happen. Gun is raised, the ship begins to wobble. Right. Okay, let's show the choreography on this one for at least a little bit. Hang on to that. Okay, filming? Okay. This is how we will choreograph this scene. This is what goes on. Show you in slow motion, and we'll walk through it. In this scene, Joe is taken captive by that purple bag. In the book, it is called an arachnoid. It is a 3-foot-long mechanical spider carrying an atomic bomb, a small one, not too dangerous. And also has the power of shooting out what we call needle lasers in a spray to defend itself without causing permanent damage. In the middle is the terribly evil person called the Banjo Man. You have a rifle, Ted. These are laser rifles. Joe is in the place of imprisonment. He comes in, the Banjo Man is gloating and says something like, "It's about time to take you to your permanent home," or something, and he extends his hand to show him the way. At that time, Joe explodes into action, and it happens this way. You extend the hand.
This hand or this hand?
That way.
That way.
kind of sending me off in that direction.
It's about time to show you to your last resting place.
Pulls him in here so that as soon he pulls him into the proximity of the arachnoid, which then sprays the bad guy with a needle laser. You're sideways. Okay. Also, this guy can't shoot because you're in between. This guy, however, has his gun up. As soon as Joe grabs the banjo man, that rifle goes up in the air and back down here.
Oh, it's just
To the ground.
up and down.
Because I need to grab.
Like that?
Okay. And we do the same technique. Pull your arm straight, and then use your own arm as a ram to push you against that guy. You both go down. You come charging in. And is it a kick? It's a punch. Let's see this angle. The script. Fist. Fist. You can charge it in like this. Fist here. Grab the right wrist. And throw you onto the arachnoid.
Ouch.
Okay. Banjo man's over whimpering away. This guy in the meantime has gotten his gun back up. And you bring the gun up and kick it again.
Can I drop it?
I have to, just a minute, I don't think I can get it up. Oh yeah, this is cool. Okay. You bring the gun toward me. I take this gun here and wielding it like a sword. Bring it down. You're holding on to this. All I do is knock it and this way. You bring it up again toward me, and I toss this one to you. That was lucky for him, wasn't it? And you're still angry, and you throw that one down. And just as you're ready to aim again, down you go on your back. And with punch, this puts you down. Joe's free.
But doesn't he take the rifles, Father David?
Yeah, he takes the rifles, that's right.
Catch.
Okay. There's the initial choreography. Now you can turn it off. We'll go through it.
This waits your demise.
This table right here will represent a stack of crates up about so high. See if it's heading on the stack of the crates. Two guys looking for him carefully walk in, turn on the lights, and this is what happens next.
I missed it.
Once again, retake and roll. Okay, cool. Which will be appearing in the next Interstellar called A Matter of Time. In this case, we have 3 saboteurs who have just left the tower and started Enterprise. And as they are leaving in a darkened corridor, they unexpectedly meet Sarah Pletcher, who becomes second in command of the Star Adventure in the 4th Starman book. This is set 3 years before that adventure, before the Starman series actually begins. She takes out all 3 of the guys, as you will see. Roll them.
What are you doing here? This is a restricted area.
Manny, put this baggage in the closet. Eat.
All right.
Woo!
Okay. By popular request, or namely by the request of Kathy Foster, this is the scene in which she's introduced. This is the end of the second Starman book, The Runaway Asteroid, when the three Starmen return to their home in Amundsen City, realize their families are waiting for them, and Zip Foster sees his sister Kathy, she sees him, she gets underneath the ropes that are keeping the crowd away, and she leaps into his arms. And here's the scene. Pretty cool, huh?